What is the most bizarre reason a customer got angry with you? He got caught having his 4- and 6-year-old nephews hide merchandise under his wheelchair for the third time. Mostly video games and controllers. He accused me of hating disabled people as he was being kicked out. I was just the cashier by the front door. Literally wasn't involved at all.
A woman and her high school daughter walk up to me while I'm working in Bath and Body Works. Here's how the convo goes. Mom, we don't know what they are called, but you know those things you can wear around your neck and you clip keys or badges to them. Do you sell those here? Me, oh, do you mean lanyards? Mom, what did you call me? Me, nothing, you said you didn't know what those things are called. They are called lanyards. Unfortunately, we do not sell them here. Maybe check Hot Topic. Mom, whatever, thanks for wasting my time. As they turned to leave, the daughter turned behind her mom's back and mouthed, "I'm sorry" to me. Poor girl, that mom was nuts. A woman I had never met or seen in my life asked me where her kids were. I was confused and said, "I'm sorry, I don't know." And she yelled and asked where they put them. She stormed off angry at me. I never had a clue why she asked me.
She claimed that I was thinking bad thoughts about her and the resulting negative energy was making her feet bleed. And #X200B. I wasn't thinking bad thoughts about her before that, but I sure as shit was after. I worked at a Burger King in high school. A guy comes in one day complaining he put in money to get a newspaper in the machine outside, and it wasn't this Sunday's paper. He wanted a refund. I told him we didn't own that machine, and we weren't able to give him his money back. I also mentioned to him it was actually Saturday, not Sunday. He flew into a rage, threw last week's Sunday edition of the paper all around the restaurant and behind the counter. My manager comes out and threatens to call the cops. Dude leaves screaming about how we ripped him off. Sometimes you can't fix stupid. I used to deliver pizza. I had someone get irate and refuse the delivery because they'd ordered it to be delivered at 7 p.m. and I got there at 6:55.
They noticed I had an accent. I'm from Southern Virginia and North Carolina area, and pointed it out as Russian. I don't know how they possibly thought my accent was Russian, but I corrected them and they got angry that I was being condescending to them.
Apparently I didn't greet her at the drive-thru with enough enthusiasm. But the real gag is it wasn't even me on the speaker, and when I corrected her she got even madder.
Because I didn't open up shop an hour before opening time. Because he was here now, so open the store. He kept banging on the door and then threw a metal bucket at my head. Good times. Apparently when she said she wanted a hot fudge sundae she meant strawberry sundae.
I was a cashier. It was an old woman. Whole Foods, back when they had the app to scan for little to no savings. She couldn't get her app to work. I spent 5 to 10 minutes trying to help, looking at her phone, etc. She gave up and her transaction goes through. As she shouts, "I got it open." I looked at her and said, "I'm sorry, the transaction went through, I can't scan the app at this point." She gave me a dirty look, went to the front desk, told my manager I was a bitch, and walked away. It's people like her who I just think are gonna die so sad and angry.
I had several people yell at me after I called them out for trying to steal shit. Even after pointing out the cameras in the store, some would guarantee I would be losing my job after they spoke with corporate.
I used to work for Best Buy in Geek Squad but would cover PC occasionally. I had someone get mad at me because the quality of Intel chips has been steadily going down and they wanted me to give them a discount to buy an Intel laptop. They obviously knew it was a manufacturer's thing, as they even talked to me about how Intel is pushing their resources into quantum computing and not advancing current hardware the same way. Like, I can't just call someone at Intel and tell them to change their focus. I can't give you 20% off a new laptop because you dislike AMD and the price for performance doesn't really match anymore.
I applied another discount to the total instead of the promoted discount to save her more money. Had to get into an argument with her just to explain I'm trying to save her more money. She wasn't having it. Pay more money, I don't fucking care anymore, degree.
This lady at Walmart once got really pissed off at me because we didn't sell pasteurized eggs. And this wasn't the loud, screaming kind of pissed off. She just looked at me very intensely and spoke at low volume, over-enunciating every syllable, and said, "Tell your managers to order pasteurized eggs." This other lady grabbed my arm and started pulling on me, telling me that the fact that we shut down our sewing department felt like we had killed her child, and that less and less people were going to come to Walmart because of stuff like that, and that we would have to close down.
I used to work at GamerStop. One time this guy came in, I asked him if I could help him with anything and he assured me he needed some time to look before I helped him. Then the phone rang with a customer who had like 10 minutes worth of questions. The other guy waited for me to get off the phone just so he could bitch that I took too long to help him, so he was taking his business elsewhere. I absolutely told him that I could not care less if he left and didn't buy anything.
I remember being screamed at every time the cigarette prices went up. How am I supposed to afford that? I don't know, sir, I'm a 15-year-old girl. Note, this was 20 years ago. I think the law has changed, but at least at the time, yes, minors were allowed to sell tobacco products. And yes, as a then 15-year-old girl, sometimes being yelled at did make me cry.
Had an older gentleman order a food scale that was like a 10-pound capacity. The platform was a few inches wide. He received it and called me yelling, "How the hell am I supposed to stand on this thing?" We are a redistributor, and he was also upset that we sold a product with someone else's instructions and name on it. I worked at a store that sells art and crafting supplies. Got yelled at for not having a shade of dark white paper that the psycho wanted. Sadly, she was a regular, so we were kinda used to her crazy ass yelling at us or her kids.
Guy was irate because I didn't get his pizza delivered in time. He yelled at me and said he didn't want it and would never order again. I got back in my car, and as he stared me down from the porch, I started eating his pizza. I took a couple of bites, then drove off with both hands on the wheel and a piece of pie hanging out of my mouth. He was very polite when he ordered again a few days later. I work at Subway. I put the exact sauce she requested on her sandwich. She was mad because it was the wrong one, and I was supposed to read her mind, I guess. Last week I went and did a consultation for a potential client. I drove 2 hours and we talked for 3 hours about plans, pricing and life. I signed a liability form when I was there, horses. 2 days later I get a text saying don't bother coming. She was extremely upset with my signature. It wasn't insulting or anything, I thought she was joking. Ended up not making about $1,000 a month, and I was also planning on renting out one of her RV hookups. I'm very grateful she showed her crazy side this early.
A customer came in to buy hand sanitizer. She brought her bottle to the register to purchase it, saw there was some at the register, then proceeded to share her vast knowledge of swear words with great vigor with me, swearing she would never shop with us again. What? I was a cashier at a convenience store when Hurricane Katrina happened, and afterwards, we asked customers if they wanted to donate money to a hurricane relief fund when we rang them up. And #X200B. One dude started going off on me when I said it, shouting, *******, that is a very rude thing to ask, ****** for multiple minutes for some godforsaken reason.
I had dark nail polish on and a lady told me that I was promoting Satanism because of that and shouldn't be allowed in places that allow kids, and then told my manager, who was nearby and heard the entire exchange, that I deserved to be fired and blacklisted from ever working again. I didn't get reprimanded, mostly because A, the woman was clearly crazy, and B, I'm about the most clean-cut human being you can be and am clearly not promoting Satanism, and C, I was one of the best damn cashiers at that grocery store and he wasn't about to fire me because a lady doesn't like dark nail polish.
That he owed high five figures in tax when he made a metric ton of money in capital gains. He insisted those gains weren't real. Dude. You are a trader? You know what a 1099B is. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one. And as always, stay safe and good luck.